Hi, I play one of these, and I'm also in one of these. And here are all of my tips and tricks to have a good, healthy, and safe marching season. Let's talk about gear. If you're able to find a good harness, I suggest doing so. As a woman, I've never been able to find a harness that actually fits me and works for me. So personally, I use just my regular Neotech neck strap. If you're able to wear a harness, I highly suggest that because it takes a lot of the pressure off of your neck and moves it to your shoulders instead. I highly suggest switching to synthetic reeds. I've been using Bari brand reeds for 12 years now and I love them. I've tried using Lyres or however you pronounce that and I wasn't a fan of it. Cue the incident. I've had good experiences with their regular synthetic reeds. These are about $12 to $14 depending on where you get them from. But I recently switched to the Bari Elite series. They look like that and they have like a little bedazzle on the inside. And these are a little bit more expensive. This one was about $30, but I love it so much. Not only do I use this in marching band, but I also use it in my jazz band and wind ensemble too, because it's just a really good reed and I like the sound that I get with it. Mouthpieces. This is the mouthpiece that I got with my horn. It's actually a vintage King mouthpiece. I don't think they make them anymore. The closest modern mouthpiece that I have found to this would be the Rico Metalite. The reed is actually like very, very spaced out from it. If you take a look at that, you can see how much space is in here. I really like how this mouthpiece projects. It's very loud and it projects very well without you needing to like force yourself to play that loud, but it does take so much more air than a regular mouthpiece, so just keep that in mind. Flipbooks. I use just the standard flipbook you can get at any music store. There are other different kinds, but I tend to go for the standard size. There are some that have like bigger pages. There are some that are a little bit wider. Pick whatever fits on your instrument and pick whatever works best for you. The biggest problem that I have had marching Bari sax has been finding a lyre. So they don't make lyres for this instrument. If they are labeled for baritone saxophone, it's wrong. I'm sorry, but it's wrong. I guess this could depend on where your slot is on your horn. So this is where the lyre holder is on my horn. And if you see right underneath it is my second octave key. I had to cut it significantly shorter than it was out of the box just for it to fit. But again, that's going to depend on your horn and the position that it's in. There's another person in my section this year. Yay, I'm not alone for once. His is actually right on the other side of his neck. So I suggested to him to get a straight baritone lyre and it works for his horn as well. And he actually didn't even have to trim it because it can just go straight down as far as it needs to and there's nothing there. Music. The most important part about marching this instrument is the music that we play. While most of the time the writers have a baritone saxophone part for marching band, I'll be honest with you, sometimes we just don't have a part for our instrument. So I'll give you a great example here. We're playing Hot to Go, and this arranger did not think that anyone would be marching baritone saxophone. Yeah, it's not common to have one of these in a marching band, but we do exist, and it would be nice to feel included. But in the off chance that we're not, here's what I do. I'm reading off of a tuba piece. So how do you read for tuba, you might ask? Well, one, this is only going to work if it's sousaphone music, if it's concert C tuba music. If your band is playing concert B tubas in marching band, you might have a bigger problem because then you would actually have to transpose it yourself. Ignore the bass clef, and you're actually going to read it just like it's treble clef. So where this would be an F for tuba, it's going to be our D, just like it would be on the treble clef. So ignore the bass clef, add your key signatures, and just play it as it's written. Just pretend it's treble clef. And if you do happen to run into that problem where your band is marching B flat tubas instead of C tubas, you can use an arrangement software like MuseScore. And MuseScore makes it very, very easy to do that. So if you needed to, you could put this in MuseScore, set it as tuba, and just write it exactly as written. And then you just change the instrument to baritone saxophone, and it will automatically do all the transposing for you. You might need to like take things up an octave, which is totally fine. because that's how they write our parts anyways. So the more you know. It's also a good idea to incorporate some stretches or do some breathing exercises before you start. That's all I have for today. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and if there's anything that I missed, please let me know in the comments.